Bullseye, got us a drone.
What's that noise? Hey up troops, it's A Littleton here again with another video. And there's a Mozzie drone there, which can only mean one thing. This time we're going to be looking at Mozzie. Now if you don't mind, I need to go and get my chair. If that doesn't win me an Academy Award, nothing will. We've seen some changes to Mozzie recently. The way you play Mozzie can now be sort of two different ways. You've got the traditional Mozzie with the pre-placed C4, but Mozzie also got impacts now, which makes him a far more effective roamer, a bit like the old Super Shorty days, but I don't want to talk about that too much because it'll only make me sad. He also got an additional pest. So Mozzie now has 4 pests plus impacts. The way you play Mozzie, in my opinion, has now changed. I'm going to show you some different ways of playing him. Some ways of holding sort of across the map, above, below, and different areas of the map that you can lock down so you literally can't be droned. I will put a little caveat in here. There's some gameplay examples later on in the video. I did them in quick play. It still showed some good Mozzie gameplay, but it doesn't show great Mozzie gameplay when it comes to capturing drones because not everybody drones in quick play. So trying to capture a drone in quick play is a bloody nightmare. But anyway, let's get into new Mozzie, where to play him, some basics on how Mozzie works, but then where to play him, some good setups, and then some examples. Enough waffling. Let's get stuck into it. So just before we get into the details then, let's have a quick look at Mozzie's loadout. We haven't done this for a while for Mozzie, and it is relevant because things have changed, especially on the Roni. Obviously, the Commando 9 for me is the better option, just to come out there and say that straight away. You can see the damage at 36, RPM at 780. Over on the Roni, damage 26 at 10 less, RPM 980 to 200 more. I don't know the maths to work out the DPS, as in the damage per second, the time to kill, but I'm fairly confident the Commando will be higher these days. Also, the capacity of the Roni now is so incredibly low at 15 bullets. The fire rate is so high that if you don't hit on your first burst, you're really going to struggle to kill someone with that Roni, especially when it's only doing 26 damage. So the reload time is also a little bit higher, but that's not really here nor there. You know what I didn't know, just by the way, whilst we're talking about the Roni? Someone told me, and you can see it here. Did you know the Roni's just a pistol in a bigger housing? Like you can see the pistol, like the ridge just under the charm there. Nice charm, thank you. Just under, you can see the ridge of like the housing that sits on top of the pistol. This is just an automatic Glock that sits inside a housing. I didn't know that, but anyway, that's a random fact. And then over to the STP, you're obviously going to have to take that. Gone are the days of the Super Shorty. But here's the interesting part where we've now got impacts. So Barbed is a very good secondary gadget, as is C4 probably the best, and then Impact's also very good. I think if you're planning on roaming with Mozzie, the C4 is hard not to take, right? You want the C4 because you're going to get a free kill. Almost, not guaranteed also, but it's going to give you more of a chance of getting a free kill than anything else. But then you've got the Impacts, which give you that chance of dipping out when you need to when you're playing Mozzie. You know, when you're getting pressed by an operator or two attackers, and you need to get out of there, you need to drop a hatch, you need to make a rotate, you need to just dip out somewhere, even for a run out, breaking a barricade, etc. It just opens up so many opportunities as a roamer. If depending how you're playing Mozzie, if you're playing for drones, and you're playing to use those drones, and maybe go for a pre-placed C4, I couldn't begrudge that, obviously take the C4. However, if you're planning on being on the roam and denying drones in a certain area of the map, I would definitely take Impacts these days. It's hard not to take a C4 when it's on the board, right? Because you're like, well, that's a free kill. But I think with Mozzie, there's just something... Like, I would never take Impacts with Valk. I would always take C4, but there's something about Mozzie that just tells me he's going to be able to be a bit more mobile. So personally, these days, I would go... Definitely take the Pest Launcher, but I would go Commando, SDP, and Impacts, then C4. If I was planning on being a bit more passive, then C4, but probably Impacts these days. So before we talk about anything, let's make sure we shoot the jukebox. To be fair, actually, this one isn't that bad. It does pump out some bangers. It's not quite as good as the Outback jukebox, but it's better than the one on Clubhouse. Right then, placing pests. I feel like this is super basic. I mean, that reload animation on the Commando is worth taking it alone, isn't it? I think this is super basic, but I feel like it's really worth mentioning. And that is double doors and single doors and where to place pests. We've got both examples here. We'll use this double door and this single door. A double door is not great for a pest because you're going to have to place it on the left side, and as you can see, it only covers half the door. So any drone that comes in this side is unaffected. You could use 2 pests to cover both sides of the door, but it's a little bit of a waste, isn't it? So for me, I don't, unless it's like a really pivotal double door and you just can't possibly have a drone coming through there, I don't personally think it's the greatest place to use a pest. Obviously, on a single door, when it comes to a pest, don't place it in the middle of the door. That's not your best idea. Placing it on the left will always ensure, or the right, either side, will always ensure that any drone that comes through will always get grabbed by the pest on the way through. Same thing with windows. We come over to the double window here in gaming. If you put it at the bottom of the window, bear in mind anyone that throws a drone in over the top. I'll fire a couple of pests here so you can see the area of effect. You can see it's halfway across the window at the bottom. So just think about that. You know, you could place it a bit halfway off, but it will cover a bit higher up. There is a bit of a trick you can do with a barricade when it comes to the double window. And if we just nip upstairs to the mez, I should be able to. I think the barricade extends below the window there. Let me just. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I am wrong. That's annoying. But anyway, you can do the. You can pop out the bottom of the barricade. Sometimes the barricade comes below the window and you can punch the bottom of the barricade there. But you can punch out the bottom of the barricade, bottom of the window, and you can place the pest a little bit higher up. So you can see now when we place that, it covers much higher up on the window. When it comes to a window, if you know there's a pest on the other side as an attacker, if you know, and you get to here and you know there's a pest, if you throw your drone through the very top, unless the Mozzie's got the pest on like the left side or the right side, they're never going to do that. They're going to place it at the bottom. You can always throw it over the top. So when it comes to pests, you really want to be using them on single doors. Double doors don't really have that effect. You can, of course, place it on the barricade if you barricade the double door off. And of course, place it on the bottom. That's absolutely terrible, Andy. You can place it on the bottom of the barricade. As soon as it gets punched, the pest just drops to the floor. It doesn't destroy the pest. It just drops there, as you can see. But it's not the best way of using them. Really, you want windows, and even if you do use windows, bear in mind it could still get thrown over the top, but single doors are your best bet. You've then got to look at how you can hide them in foliage and behind cabinets. Like anyone coming up blue stairs generally is going to drone come up here and then drone up here, and then as they know it, they get here and get destroyed. So you don't just have to put them on doors. You've then got to think about drone holes as well. Drone hole pests are really good at blocking drone holes. Like you put the pest there, nothing's getting in through that drone hole. A couple of other places where there's drone holes on this map, you can make use of them. Like there, you place a pest there, that drone hole's pretty much covered. And bear in mind, that covers Twitch, Brava, Flores, although I don't think Mozzie, even though Mozzie is a count as a Flores, I don't think it's a great use of pests, because it does like obviously stop the Flores drone, but bear in mind, Flores has 3 more of those. So I think Flores is almost a counter to Mozzie in a way, because you can burn the pest with a Flores drone, bring your normal drone in, and then still have 3 Flores drones, but it's kind of a trade-off, right? Like, what's better value, a Mozzie Pest or a Flores drone? I'm not really sure the answer to that. That's a really good question, actually. Which piece of utility holds more value? I guess maybe the Pest does, because the Pest is drone prevention in a certain area, but the Flores drone might go on to destroy a Mozzie Banshee deployable shield. That's a really good question that I'm not going to spend too much time on now, because I'm just waffling. But anyway, so single doors, double doors, drone holes, we've covered all that type of stuff. You can use foliage, like I say. You could place a pest in there. I know that just destroyed the foliage, but you can see it's really well camouflaged there. You can place it on the wall behind these things so it doesn't destroy. Like, that's a really good one. However, it's not a great location because there's not many drones that are going to come this side. But you can get creative with them. There's like downstairs on Chalet. It's a pretty good example, actually. Just outside West Main, there's a drone hole on the left here. There's a load of foliage around like that one there. It's a great place for a pre-placed drone, by the way. No one ever looks there. Yeah, you can place a drone pest there. No one's ever going to see it. I mean, I think we spent long enough talking about where to place the pests. Single doors are your best bet, then single windows, then double doors and windows. But I don't think pests on double doors are a great option. And just always be careful as an attacker. Like, I know sometimes we drone a bit mindlessly, don't we? We sort of drive in. If we want to turn right here, we don't think, oh, there could be a pest here. Just drive straight through. But yeah, just go cautious when you're knocking around the map, especially when you know there's a Mozzie on the other side, obviously. One thing that's worth remembering with Mozzie's Pest is when you do catch a drone, like this, you can't actually take your drone outside for any longer than 10 seconds. You can see here, losing signal, return indoors in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you can't take your drone outside for more than 10 seconds. You can go outside, have a quick look at what's going on and bob back in. Obviously, the same applies for drone holes over this side as well. You can go outside, have a look at what's going on highway, and then bob back in. Really good, actually, on Clubhouse to be able to, like, see what's going on out there. Get a jump up, see if anyone's on there, and then come back in, and then you could then peek from this the soft wall here. But one of the other cool things about Mozzie when it comes to sending a drone outside, and I'm sure you may know this depending on how long you've been playing the game, A claymore goes off based on detecting motion through each of those 3 lasers. As soon as one of those 3 lasers gets tripped, this claymore blows instantly. However, drones are just the right height that you can put the drone in front of the claymore, block the lasers, run outside, get back on the drone if you're quick enough, and get it back in the building within 10 seconds. Or, if you can't do it within 10 seconds, you can always just block the claymore for the run out, get the kill and run back in, sacrificing the drone. Or, if you're quick enough, bob back in. Now, one thing I will say is what a common misconception is, once the drone's been outside for longer than 10 seconds, unlike attackers, Mozzie can't go outside and pick that drone back up. So I'm just going to wait until the signal's gone. 3, 2, 1. I don't know, I'm counting down like you can't see the screen. Signal's gone, so that I'll never be able to control that drone again now. This all it'll look like... Let me just grab Ash. Can you hear sound? I'm just running around on the other PC with Ash. Now, you can't hear sound. I thought you might be able to still hear sound. Like, you know when a bulletproof cam gets smashed, but you can still hear sound? But my point is, with Mozzie now, we can't run out and pick that up. There's no option to pick that up whatsoever. And of course, it's not Ash's drone anymore, so even if Ash came over to pick it up, she can't either. So worth bearing in mind, 10 seconds you can bob outside, get a look at whatever you want to look at, or block a claymore, but once it's outside for more than 10 seconds, it's gone. Thanks for your help, Ash. So let's have a look at a couple of setups where 4-Pest Mozzie is good. And in my opinion, if you're running impacts and you're planning on roaming, it's all about holding the other side of the map to where the site is. So a good example of this is Skyscraper, Karaoke T. T there, Karaoke here. This is the main site you want to defend. However you set this up over here, it's sort of up to you. A lot of the push will come from Geisha, Black Stairs, and Black Stairs Door. However, depending what elo you're in, a lot of the time the push will come from the east side of the map, which is over here at Dragon and VIP Exhibition, minibar or small bar. It's called Lounge, but no one calls it Lounge. Shoot the radio. No one calls it Lounge, everyone calls it minibar. And then you've got Office here as well, with 2 radios across 2 rooms, which is absolutely outrageous. So, little setup you can do over this side. I'm not going to fully reinforce these walls because we haven't got all day, but reinforce that wall, which is the single wall in VIP. And then you want to come over to minibar. Want to reinforce the minibar wall. You want to reinforce the 2 office walls. And depending what goes on over on the main site, however many reinforcements they need over there, if you've got one left, do the middle of these 3 walls. Now, where the push is going to come from over here is they want to take this side of the map, generally speaking, because they want to then get drum, which then gives them geisha control through the feet holes. Once they've got drum, obviously they can then work T-door, and you don't usually have anyone on karaoke window if you're pushing this side, but that's what the attacker's plan would be. So, you've now got to think where a drone's going to come from in this area, and the first place a drone's going to come from, without a doubt, is right here. Now, the beauty of this drone hole is you can actually leave a pest inside the drone hole like that, which will completely stop the drone hole, completely stop anyone getting in the drone hole, and the angle means they can't shoot that pest off. What you don't want to be doing is putting the pest here, because they can shoot that from the window should they come that way. You could, of course, put the pest on this side of the door. Then you've got the worry that they may go through the drone hole to the right-hand side, and then that pest is ineffective. You've then got house stairs. You definitely want a pest on house stairs. You definitely want one over on the terrace door, which is just here. So, let's go and fire that one over here. And now, because the beauty of Mozzie as well, we've now got a spare pest. So, where do we put this pest? Well, me personally, I would either put it near this wall, because I reckon this wall gets open, depending if you've got a bandit Cade or mute will come over here and help you. You've already got one on house stairs, obviously. You could even just keep this one as a spare. In fact, I've not really thought about it. I'm just thinking as I'm recording this. I've never really thought about that with new Mozzie, where we place 3 pests on the 3 most likely drone entry spots, which is house stairs, terrace, and this drone hole here. You could probably place one under the window as well, maybe, if you wanted somewhere to place the 4th. Remember what we talked about earlier about placing the pest? You can punch the bottom of the barricade and place the pest higher up so it covers more of the window. That's a good example. See, it goes like right near the top of the window. Let me just show you that again. If you put that on the bottom of the window, if someone fires the drone in, it only covers half the window there. Whereas if you break the bottom of the barricade, which they won't see on the other side, you can even just shoot it if you don't want to punch it. Put it there, covers pretty much all the window. So there's your 4 pests. Like I just said, you could just keep one in your pocket as a spare. For if a drone comes from somewhere you're not expecting, you can just whip your pest launcher out and shoot it. Then you want to make a hole here and a hole here. Bear with me. The reason for that is you can stand on this table, you can fire onto samurai window, or you can fire onto terrace door, or even partially onto the terrace window a bit further over there. But you want to hold this for as long as you can. Now, you've got 2 impact grenades.
I like manipulating the map with impact grenades. You're going to... I would make a rotate here. Bear in mind, these walls are reinforced. So now that gives you an option to fire onto top house, bob back through this way, fight into terrace. You can get another angle onto the door if you want to there. Just gives you more way of getting around the map. More way of getting around the map, I've just said that. More ways of getting around the map. More way of getting around the map makes no sense. That walkie-talkie makes a noise. Punch the walkie-talkie. So that's what I would do on Skyscraper. I do this with mute a lot. I place mute jammers pretty much where I've just placed the pests, although I place a mute jammer on the wall as well to try and deny any hard breach. But if you can hold down this side of the map for, I don't know, say a minute, a bit longer than a minute would be better value, really. If you could hold this down for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then dip back to site, you're probably not going to be able to get back to site the traditional way, because terrace doors probably open, terrace windows almost definitely open. You're probably not going to be able to run back to site that way. But remember, you've got a spare impact. You could always drop the hatch and just dip out and run back to site the other way. But I think that's a really solid way of using new 4 Pest Mozzie with the impacts. You're manipulating the map, you're using 4 Pest, you're probably going to capture a couple of drones. Whether you end up using the drones and driving them around or not is a tough question, because it's going to be a tough place to play here. Like, you're going to get pushed from about 3 different angles, so it's not easy to play here and then also, you know, get on cams and move your own pests around. But if you can get 10 seconds, 20 seconds to move a pest, move a drone, a pest caught drone, a drone caught pest, you know what I mean? Once you've got a drone, then obviously do so. Put it in a place that you're going to get benefit from, and that's almost certainly going to be drum. You can get a caught pest on one of these stands here with no whining, and you can see all the way down drum and anyone crossing this part of the map. You could even see through the geisha feet holes when they're open. That'd be incredibly strong. So I think that's a really solid setup for new 4 Pest Mozzie. By the way, it's almost impossible for me to not shoot the drum skin. I just can't not do it. The next setup where we're defending the other side of the map is border, when you're defending archives and armory. You want to run over towards CCTV. Now, again, we're going to use those impacts. We're going to think about where drones are going to come in from. And obviously, this door is one of the main areas. This window is another one. This has got another one of those windows that you can punch the bottom. I punched a little bit too high there, but you see where I should have punched a bit further down. But you can put your pest there. And then finally, over on the break door, you've got your impact grenades to make the rotate that you need over in the corner of... I know this area is called Brazil. The call out for this is Brazil. I don't really know why, if I'm brutally honest with you guys. A lot of people like reinforcing this wall or this wall. I personally like reinforcing this wall, but I know a lot of people like doing that one. Either one, whichever one you do, you can peek onto the break door. The break door is there. You can peek onto the break door either this way, or you could obviously go around that reinforcement if it was there and peek there instead. You've got to be super careful here, because it's going to get through to the early doors. So you've got the window to worry about. You've got break door to worry about. You've also got the CC door here to worry about. Now, bear in mind, once this is open, they can actually get a nasty angle. Really tight angle. Like you can see, I can see right the way through into bunker there. Into there. Just obviously bear in mind, as an attacker, if you're here holding this door, you might get swung from the side door here as well. So it's a really fun place to play here, because there's loads to do. There's angles you've got to think about all the time. You can come out to here and swing here, but then you might get a peek from break. You can also hop up onto here to hold onto the break balcony. You can even hold the office double door from here as well. It's a really fun place to play with loads of things going on. A zombie is another good way of playing here, but now we've got 3 drone denial spots. 3 drone denial spots? Not really worded that very well either. Three areas where the attackers aren't going to be able to get drones in. Can you shoot that pass from the door there? No, you can't. Where they aren't going to be able to get drones in. And if they do get drones in, you can take control of them and chuck them up on these shelves or on this desk here, wherever you want to put them. And of course, we've still got one in a pocket because Mozzie has 4 pests now. You can even put that one just on the corner here. So anyone else that burns this pest here, where's it gone? There. Comes around this corner. That pest is definitely going to catch the drone, because every single player is going to take the path of like the shortest path across there. Or you could either put it on here for if a drone comes through from top east. I'm not mad keen on this one because it's a bit of a gamble. The drone comes all the way from the other side of the map. Generally, if somebody pushes from this side, you're going to be pushing the office double door here. So you could just keep one in your pocket and just be ready if another drone comes in from somewhere you're not anticipating. Or, of course, if you do catch a drone from this door or from this window, you can use that 4th pest to replace where that pest has already gone. So, you know, if you catch a drone from the window, you can use that 4th pest to replace it at the window, and now that's protected again. But just being able to deny 4 drones is insanely strong. This is another good. And again, remember, we're not at the main side. We're defending away from there, denying the intel from there. The other thing to think about with this area is you can swing from basically everywhere, or almost everywhere on the map here. You can swing onto top east, you can swing onto top metal, You can go break door, you can go CC door, you can go to the mini window in the office and get a bit of a view into sight. And you can also, and this is a common setup as well, is use another impact to make that rotate through into fountain. So if the push is coming from top east, you can get through to here quickly enough, get back across the other side of the map. Obviously, this is going to be a busy area. 90, the top of this corridor here is a busy place to be. So don't just run across this corridor willy-nilly. You've got to make sure you know when you're going. But it's a common and a really strong setup to have this player here in Brazil and then being able to get through into fountain quickly enough to fight onto top east. Don't forget you can also see that window from here if you hold a tight enough angle. Really nice little angle. But yeah, really strong place to play, and being able to deny 4 drones from here is really good. Another idea I've had for a Mozzie setup here is to reinforce these 2 walls here in connector on Nighthaven, and we've made the rotate here. We reinforce this wall as well. The whole point of us playing Mozzie here is to hold connector and electrical, which is through here. The idea being that most people are going to want to open the connector wall, they want to get the control of here, and then plant behind the pillar in server here. Now, we're going to hold this down with a pest on this door, pest on the drone hole, and a pest on this electrical window, which is another one of those windows with the sort of lip on. Stick that on there. We've then got a third pest. I would wait until this breach gets opened. If it gets opened, you definitely need a Cade or a bandit to play. And ideally trick this wall, because no one ever tricks it. Everyone's worried about IT. If IT gets opened, bear in mind, if IT gets opened, they've got to come through this door to get into sight. Whereas with this, if this gets open, they can come through the door, they can open this, they can jump in meeting here, they can come through electrical there. There's a lot more sort of danger to giving up this space than there is letting them open the IT breach. You know, IT breach can be held. You normally have head holes here. IT breach can be held by someone with a long angle way back here. That's the breach there. You can hold that pretty well. Reinforce this side, obviously. Whereas this side is much riskier, and people don't tend to hold on to it as much. Like, you're much better bandit tricking and Cade tricking this. Just be careful. If someone jumps in the meeting window, they can wall bang you through here. The meeting window is right. You can just see the barricade there. So we've got a spare pest. We've got one on this door, one on the drone hole, one on the electrical window. I personally would put another one, not just in the middle of the room, maybe on the corner there. So when someone brings the drone through the breach, if it gets open towards sight, it picks up the drone. Or, again, we could be playing... You generally want to play in this area until this wall gets open. And if this wall gets open, you've got to back up to electrical. You've got to be careful, because you can be held. As you're coming back through electrical, you could have someone on the window. Let me show you what I mean. You could have somebody just in the window just holding this here, waiting for you to come back. So you just got to be careful on your way back there. I would probably just pre-fire that on your way back just to be sure. You know, just pre-fire that angle on your way back. If no one's there, you can tuck back in here. Then you can play the door and play the window, and then run around and play the breach. But obviously, again, you've got to be careful about IT and fish. Basically, just be careful. But now you've got a spare pest. So you can put that pest on this door. So if you lose the pest that's on the door and connector, and now you fall back to here, they want to drone you again from here, you're going to have to get through that as well. I reckon you've got a decent chance of getting at least 3 drones when you play here with Mozzie. And you've still got that impact as well, that if you need to make any map manipulation, you know, you want to all of a sudden make a quick rotate into meeting, you can. If you're at the back of the site here, you want to drop the hatch, you can. If there's any vertical below and you think you want to make a line of sight for the vert, you can. You could even ace trick the breach. You know, if someone's trying to open the breach with ace, and they open, you know, when you throw 1 Salma, and or if you throw 2 Salmas at once, you can ace trick that, and or impact trick, sorry, the ace trick. You can impact trick that and destroy the Salmas, and then they might not have enough to go and get the IT wall as well. This is just a solid place to play Mozzie and take advantage of 4 drones and 2 impacts, personally. On to Consulate then. We're in piano. I'm trying a different scope on the commando to see if it feels any better. I'm going to go and hold above. I've got 2 impacts I'm going to try and use for vertical. I don't really want to use them if I'm not playing vertically here. We're going to put a pest on the window. We're going to put a pest on the door. I get the feeling they might just rush the front door here. A lot of people do that when they're attacking piano. It's a real, to be fair, when I say rush, it's not a bad place to try and get control of. I'm actually going to use an impact for that. I've got it slightly on an angle, so I'm not directly above. Oh, here comes the front door. Let's get a couple of pests down there quickly. We're all playing Mozzie after all. Oh, that's gone well. There goes the drone. Oh, there goes a pest, baby. I can now use that to see what's... Oh, I've lost it on the front door. Still got to listen for what... That's the diffuser. That's the door.
Changing mags.
No more pests, but we see the diffuser down there. Wait, that drone got shot, didn't it? Yeah. So I've got to listen for what's going on above here as well now. Oh, so we've got a decent view of the diffuser there. I think someone's coming in from the left there. Someone obviously knows I'm above. Nice shot. Oh, I fat fingered the gadget button. Let's try to scratch my head. Oh, there's one. Hello. Can you stand still, please? Hold this tight angle here this time. Okay, that Ash is getting on rappel here. I'm just going to tuck in a little bit. I have given up the diffuser. I've got one impact left for Vert. Oh no. Still got the diffuser. Have I just missed him run through? I might have done, you know. I'm gonna listen for where he's planting. Is that the diffuser? No. It's the guy that had the diffuser might still be. Wait, didn't want to go behind that. That definitely wasn't the diffuser. Okay, one's on the exit door. That's the diffuser. One's coming back from the other side here. We can just play passively on the diffuser here.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah, play from above. That Ash could have actually played a better angle on me there. That Ash could have actually planted at the back of exhibition there and he would have got away with it. Anyway, we've done a bit of Mozzie. We caught a drone, right? So that counts, okay? But basically, you can hold above with Mozzie even if you're firing the pest below. That's a new way of thinking about things. In a quite unbelievable turn of events, we've got top floor on Nighthaven Labs. He's going to reinforce that, so I'm going to make a rotate here instead. No, I don't want to do that. Cancel that, thank you. He's going to try and reinforce that thing. I don't want your drone, mate. I want to destroy your drone. In the setup, I didn't mention putting a pest here, but I'm actually going to put a pest here. When I'm doing it in practice. And then we'll put one on the bottom end of here. You know what, we can get that higher up. We might as well make that higher up. Lovely. Right, so let's see what they plan on doing. Let's make some holes for meeting. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's one dead on the door. That's lovely. Mozzie Gum says NNS. Just destroy it, mate. I've already used all my pests. Thank you though. I know what he's saying. Seems like he's not happy with me. What's that laser? Oh, I think I just got two. I think I just got two. Unbelievable round. Not really a Mozzie base round. What are you doing up there, pal? Oh, looks a bit weird. Not really a Mozzie base round, but unbelievable couple of kills outside. So we're on labs downstairs now. Bit of retribution for the ult flame that we had upstairs. And this is a tough one because I feel like not a lot of people are going to push this vertically. And I don't just want to go and set upstairs and have set up upstairs. Oh, better get me root plate. Set up upstairs and have nothing to do. So I might play around Exo and deny the drones around Exo. One thing I think I'm definitely going to do is put a couple of pests. One on this side of the box, one on this side of the box. You could put them on the back of the box. We're then going to make a bit of a for the window, which is a favourite entry point for most people who rush, including me.
little bit too close to the window. Let's come a bit further away. It's better. Excuse me if I sound a bit raspy, by the way. And we've got a couple more pests to stick down. The kids have definitely caught something from school and passed it on to me. Which I absolutely don't appreciate. Oh, I wanted feet holes there. Which I absolutely don't appreciate. Alright, I'm just going to hold on to Exo. That's my plan here. Did I pick up the root plate? Yeah, I did. Oh, here we go. Might die to visual as they jump in though, but this is such a good angle to hold from below. Oh, there's already one in. Did they see me here? Wasn't the best shots there. Too many body shots there for me. Not a single drone, by the way. Oh, I was gonna say we need feet holes down there. Again, this is the same sort of thing where, like I said in the beginning of the video, the intro, like this isn't an amazing example of how to play Mozzie. Oh no, it's not an example of how to shoot either. Of how to play. I don't want Doc to juice me. Juice me up, Doc. I feel like I just did a sledge. Oh, I did. What are you doing? Wait, did he have his hammer out waiting for me? I think he did. He did. I thought I heard a sledge. So again, it's not like an amazing example of how to play Mozzie that. I mean, there's a couple of nice shots, don't get me wrong. Not so much on the Ying on the breach. So we're now defending control and storage, and this is prime Mozzie upstairs territory. Because you can fight down from the mez as well. This should be a freebie here. Someone's definitely running in here early doors. I should have opened the barricade. Yeah, hello. Oh, that's poor shooting, Andrew. We'll pass this. Pass this. Just pass this as well, to be safe. I need to see where that guy on the door went. Oh, I think he's still there. Did I just see him? See thermite. Did we just see him there then, or am I? Oh, hello, still thermite there. Did he see me? There's one dead below. Oh, I see him.
Plant. Oh, Doc.
Does he see me though?
Sledge plant. Vigil.
One friendly remaining.
Right.
One on 4 remaining.
Tempted to go back upstairs here.
The bomb diffuser has been successfully deployed.
Reckon he just jumped out the window? He did just jump out the window. Alright, see, that's the beauty of game sense, folks. Again, not a fantastic round of why Mozzie's good there. But it's kind of difficult to do that in quick play with the lack of people using drones. Good bit of game sense, though, knowing who's jumping out the window. If I don't say so myself. Lair top floor, then, and we're trying out the Roni, and I'm going to go and hold operational. Going to give that drone hole a little one. I'm going to get that drone. And then I'm going to go and stick one on this door. I'm going to reinforce this side. I'm going to reinforce this side. I'm going to help the team out and put a pest on the R6 room door as well.
Located a bomb. Be ready for hostile action.
And then the Roni will take a week and a half to make a hole in that wall. So let's see if we can hold down this area from drones. See if anyone drones, actually. One just dropped the main breach. Yeah, that. Just gonna be silly and put a pest right there, just in case they open the... Oh. One day I'll hit a one tap like that. Not sure when. One day. It's barricaded. That sounds like a PDW, which tells me it's an OSA. What's getting open there? The R6 room, yeah. So the drone we put in R6 room might come in handy. We got a... Oh, I thought he was down then. He was just prone. Need to go and help this as... There's army. Okay. A bit confused about where they're going to be pushing from here. R6 door likely, but... Can't really peek that at the minute with it. No, especially not now. Gonna make a rotate here quickly. Can't believe we managed to down someone on with a Roni.
One peek there, Mozzie.
Oh, there's two out there. One of them killed the other.
Seconds. 10 seconds to go.
This is a free knife, surely.
5 seconds to go. Op 4, last stop standing. You've reached the time limit.
Half decent round. Again, we're really struggling to get to show the sort of Mozzie examples in a quick play game, which is frustrating. So there we have it, new Mozzie. I quite like it. I really enjoy being able to get active on the map and manipulate the map to my own desire, so to speak. You know, making rotates, dropping hatches, and the 4 Pest being able to lock down essentially half a map like we saw on Skyscraper is really solid. I actually prefer playing this Mozzie to the C4 based, you know, hope for a pest that catches a drone and then pre-place the C4. That's completely viable. I'm not, you know, I'm not slamming that at all. I just like being a bit more active with Mozzie. There's something about it. It lends itself, being able to shut down an area of the map with 4 Pests and then having impact grenades to manipulate the map on that side is, I don't know, it just seems to suit each other quite well rather than sort of sitting around and hoping for a C4. Plus the impacts deal well with like shields and things like that, etc. I like new Mozzie. I like the way you can sort of play him and get active with him across the map. As always, thank you very much for getting involved with the video. We've gone back to a bit more of what we used to do here on the channel. I feel like we haven't done a proper operator guide for a while. We did a Rooney recently. But if anyone's got any other ideas for videos, then definitely get them in the comments. As always, you know, commenting helps the algorithm. The thumbs up on the video really helps the algorithm. So I want to get back to a bit more of what we used to do, because the sort of numbers have dropped a little bit on my channel, which is all my fault. Like, I haven't sort of done what I used to do and carried it on. So I've got to make sure we go back to what the nuts and bolts of the channel is. So I'll make sure we do that. And get some more operator guides and setups, attacking guides and all that sort of thing. But that's more to come. As always, if you can like, comment, subscribe, that'll do me a massive favor. The Charmer's out now on Twitch. All you've got to do is sub once or Twitch Prime once. That'll be in your account forever. And if you use the Charmer in game, it improves your KD by 0.3. And you'll make an old bull man really happy. I saw one in the wild the other day that someone who I didn't know, I was spectating them on my team. It's the first one I've seen in the wild, so to speak. I had a different name in game, so they didn't know it was me. And then I died, and I was spectating them, and they had my Charmer on. I was like, lovely little moment for me there. Anyway, this is not about me, it's about Mozzie. Thanks as always for getting involved with the channel, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.